Alright everybody, welcome. This is your boy Cold Zero here. So, this has been a while in the making. I do want to make this for a good while, but it's been taking some time since I'm still getting used to it and I'm still new to this. But in this video, I will be showing you how to not survive Sekiro, but rather how to dominate the game. Everybody looks up tips and guides every now and then. We've all done it in a Souls game, right? This one here, I want to show you to dominate the combat, because while I have beaten all the Souls games, I genuinely think that Sekiro would be the easiest of them all, honestly. I think the difficulty of Sekiro is not understanding the combat and it not clicking with you. I think once you understand the basics of the combat, how to use what you have effectively, it can be very enjoyable and you can become very good at the game, or rather, you'll understand that you're more skilled than you actually thought, and it just came down to you not understanding how to use what you have already. Again, with the Souls game, I believe it's mostly comprehension and understanding is the key to winning and the key to beating difficulty. So with that said, we are going to be focusing on a few points here. Why deflection matters, why posture matters more than HP, why dodging should be used on occasions and should not be spammed as the main source of avoiding enemies and damage, feeling the rhythm of the game, because there is a rhythm to deflecting the game, and also, don't stop trying to win. I know that sounds counterproductive to a Souls game, right? But I'm being honest with you here. At the end of the video, I will explain it. Stop trying to win, and the mindset of that. Also the psychology of losing and how exactly that works. Alright, so there are three types of blocks, right? There is blocking deflection, there is semi-deflection, and then there's perfect deflection. All three negate damage from normal attacks. All three bring up the posture bar, but to varying degrees. But only perfect deflection will truly negate full damage of certain special attacks. Or only perfect deflection can be used to counter certain special attacks. There are certain attacks, if you block, semi-hold block, or you get a semi-deflection, you will still take damage regardless. So with that said, let's test it out on this enemy here, and I'll display how it works. This enemy here, we are gonna kill him with only deflection. I'm not gonna attack, I'm simply gonna max out his posture meter, which essentially is a stagger bar, by using deflection only. And that will show you what, sometimes if a boss is too hard to beat, and let's say they have a lot of HP, or something like that, or you can't afford to go on the offensive, you can play defensively and still win. Which I think is the most intended mechanic for this game, and people get it wrong a lot. You don't necessarily have to rely on jumping and also dashing. By simply using the deflection mechanic that the game provides you, you will be able to win a lot of battles. So it's something to keep note of. As you just saw there, we didn't attack. We simply killed that guy by using deflections, and then he was dead. Which you can actually do this with a lot of bosses, which I'm about to show you. I'm about to take down a boss right now, in the next phase, and you will see me mainly do this with deflections. If I do attack, it's pretty much minimal. This is the next boss on our list, Lady Butterfly. A notorious boss for being hard for new players with all her variety and range of attacks. I'm going to be demonstrating why posture matters, and why deflection is better, and why you should go for posture over HP. We could kill her by trying to drain her HP, but what's the fun in that? So let's go for deflections. As you can see, her posture bar is going up very good. As she keeps moving, it just consistently goes up. And now it's going back down, so we gotta reapply the pressure. And that is the first phase of the boss fight defeated. As you can see, we didn't go for any HP attacks. We simply went along and deflected her, and she's already dead. No need to drain her for complete HP. And that's also why deflection and posture matter more than HP, and more than dodging, honestly. So now, with this next boss, right? This is a big game boss, so sorry for spoilers if it's taking anybody out of the immersion, but anyways, I'm going to be demonstrating why you can parry almost anything, right? Because a lot of players, they don't understand. They think that you can only parry weapons or bullets or so on, but you can parry almost anything. And they see an enemy like this, giant monkey, no weapons, just hands and claws, and they don't grasp that they can just straight up stand up to the enemy and parry it, except for perilous attacks, which we'll be getting into later. So I'll be displaying right now me parrying this for a short bit. All those were perfect deflections, by the way. As you can see, we just parried that. Although it does bring up our posture a bit, he's perfectly parryable. As long as you have the right timing, parrying his attacks should honestly be nothing to you. Well, I missed that one at the end, but you get the general idea of it. Alright, so in this section we'll be using the false corrupted monk to display some tips and tricks for posture, right? First, recovering posture. You can recover your posture very quickly by simply holding block. It'll recover faster. The more HP you have, slower the less HP you have, which also applies to the boss as well. If you're trying to deflect an enemy to death, them having more HP works against you, since the more HP they have, the faster their posture recovery will be. So a good strategy is to lower their HP to a quarter, to half, to lower, in order for them to hold more posture damage and sustain that. Also, another thing to note is that semi-deflections and block deflections will eventually max out your posture bar and they will break, leaving you wide open for an attack. The only way to effectively not get posture broken is to get perfect deflections. By getting perfect deflections, your posture bar can max out, but it will never break. It will never break, you will never stagger, as long as you get perfect deflections. So I will be trying to display this in this part here, so let's just get right into it. So we're just gonna simply hold block, at which point now she will break our posture bar. And there you go. By simply holding block, it got broken. Oh wait. Oh, my recovery is too high, so I'm gonna have to do take a bit of damage. There we go. As you can see, our bar will never break, as long as we get perfect deflections. So we can stay deflecting all day, all night. It will not matter. Like there, I didn't get a perfect deflection, so it did matter. But yeah. As long as we get perfect deflections, we never have to worry about getting staggered, ever. And she's hardly taking any posture damage as well, due to the fact that her posture recovery is so fast, and she has so much HP. As you can see, it's disappearing almost immediately. So all we're gonna want to do is lower HP. For the sake of time, and now when this tutorial be over, I'm gonna use a snap seed. So now we've lowered her HP to about 1/3. She's gonna more sustain posture damage now. Even though yeah, that's an attack you cannot, you must perfectly deflect it. Lowering her posture by blocking. Ooh, almost got me there. But now she's more sustaining posture damage. It's not going down crazy quick like when she had full HP. And at this point now, since I have full HP again, our own will go down quite quickly. And she does deflect her attacks. As you can see, she just deflected her attack, so trying to go solely for HP damage is going to be an uphill fight. Ooh! There we go, and she's dead. These are key points about posture. Hold to reduce posture. Try and have as much HP as possible to recover posture faster. Lower the enemy's posture in order to quicker take them out with a posture kill instead of an HP attack. And also keep in mind, perfect deflections are the only way that your posture will never be broken. No matter how low your HP is, no matter how high the bar is, the posture bar is, you will never get broken as long as you can perfectly land perfect deflections. This next section is going to be for thrust attacks and sweep attacks, the Kiri counter and the jump counters. When the enemy usually uses a thrust attack, you have to dodge into it if you have unlocked the Kiri ability in the skill tree. So in a while he's going to use he's going to jump in the air, and if we deflect it, he's going to attempt to thrust attack us. There we go. You counter that by dodging straight into the attack. It is a perilous attack, so you can't block it. It is possible to deflect it though. Thrust attacks are deflectable. Okay, so for our next part and final part, we're going to be feeling the rhythm. There's a certain flow and rhythm to the game. If you can understand it and feel it, vibes with it, whatever it is, you will be able to deflect stuff without even looking. So for instance, when I hit him like this, that's like a flow. That is a rhythm right there. When I put on the pressure on him, he starts going into a certain way he fights. And bam, we got the first health bar down. He's gonna use a particular combo. At this point, I know the rhythm so well, I can deflect it with my eyes closed. As soon as he does it, I'll give you a proper demonstration. This one, I almost got it perfectly, but I know it well enough. Oh, he got me there. We'll block to bring down our posture bar. Jump on his head. Neutral jump. That one was with my eyes closed. But I know it well enough that I can feel the rhythm of the game. Because MatPat said it before, it's a rhythm game. If any of you are familiar with game theorists or game theory, Sekiro is a rhythm game. Once you can feel the rhythm, you can know the patterns of the bosses, you get in tune to it, you will be surprised how well you can start playing. And there, that is one boss down. So, for my final conclusion, and this may sound counterproductive to some of y'all, but it is, stop trying to win. You have to understand that not everybody's the same. Some people are naturally gifted, some people are naturally better. It took me like hours, it took me like 5 hours the first time to beat the Guardian Ape. It took me like 6 hours to beat the final boss. It took me 3 hours to beat Lady Butterfly. There's a buddy of mine who isn't accustomed to Souls games, he just got into them. But he's literally taken less tries than I have, less time than I have, to beat every boss in the game. Although I have mastered the combat right now, it clicked with me after a while. It definitely was a learning curve, especially coming from Dark Souls and thinking that dodging is the way, but when deflection actually matters the most, posture matters more than HP. Not everybody's the same. My final point is that sometimes you gotta stop trying to win and try trying to learn. When you're fighting a boss, think and feel how you died. Reflect on what killed you and try to avoid that. Take the fight as a learning experience and attempt to learn if each time you die, concentrate on how you died and how to avoid that. If you stop focusing on winning, stop focusing on the boss's HP, stop focusing on the posture, and just focus on learning the fight, which I have done many times, you'll just find yourself that you've just won. You've won without even trying to. You've won, suddenly the fight is over. And you didn't even expect it, you didn't see it coming. Because your focus wasn't on winning, your focus was on learning. And sometimes that's what you need. Not everybody's gonna get it by trying harder, trying to focus harder, trying to reflex better. Some people just need a different strategy, different motive. So my final point is, stop trying to win. Try to learn the boss fight. Don't focus on just winning. Sometimes a simple step back to just figure out how the boss patterns work, what deflections work best, what timing works best, can ultimately be what gains you the victory. Or focusing on winning can just keep you losing. It's as simple as that. Anyways, that's been my Sekiro guide for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope some of you learned something from this. I hope that you just didn't learn to survive from this guide, but also that you will learn to go on to dominate the game's combat. It's been time consuming making this. Honestly, it's been a couple of weeks actually I've been trying to make this. Trying to edit on PS5 since I don't have a laptop is a bit of a pain. But so far it's been fun. I hope this helps anybody out there who's struggling. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Really would appreciate it, and it will also show me that I'm doing the right thing, trying to make these. I'm trying to do the right thing here and help people out while also trying to grow my YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to join the Discord family in the bio. And yeah, take care, stay safe, and be good.